Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back up here. And I want to say thank you guys for watching. Thank you for the new subscriber. And by the way, JCKCPA, thank you for the coffee. You guys know I love coffee. Those who knows me personally, they know how much coffee I drink a day for it. But, I was wondering where to begin with it in there because sometimes when I make the astrology report, it also applies to Dio, right? Hopefully, the yesterday's report helps you out for it because today that energy, as you're watching this report, is that the moon breaks away from Saturn. You see, Saturn and Pisces is one of those things of lessons that you have not learned from long time ago. And he's the karmic ruler. If you haven't learned the karmic lessons, now it's probably you got these karmic lessons. You got into this energies from yesterday, talking about the relationship with yourself. And I said the moon is going to be breaking away. Today is going to be an interesting day because the moon is going to be breaking away from Saturn. She's going to be joining in the afternoon. She's going to be joining Neptune. And after that, pretty much at night, she's going to be crossed over. And she's going to be joining and fire up Mars. It's all about did you got your lessons done? Did you got your inner work done? Did you got the things that you get in? And as of today, you're gonna see the visions in there at the end. That's what this meeting with Neptune is gonna be in those deep emotions, those deep waters, those deep stuff. Basically, that is going to be in our positions with Min Lilith in there, that inner work that you've been done, because she is at Virgo, things that you have not healed comes out. And your new actions, as soon as the moon is going to be joining Mars in there, but we're going to talk about this tomorrow. Okay, because it's going to be joining over 11 o'clock midnight energies. There's going to be a lot of divine energies over midnight. Just to guys be aware of some of you who wake up, so this 3 till 5 o'clock in the morning, you guys gonna know about it. That's gonna be May 5th in the morning. Or and this is gonna be kind of like energies, the overall for it, because of what you have done, what you have not done is gonna be leading to the actions that Mars is gonna be showing up. And as I said, Mars is gonna be unpredictable. Can predict something that it's set to be unpredictable, because the unpredictability is the last chances, and the last chances are coming from Uranus and Jupiter of the growth, but also that energies with Mars is tied up so much with Pluto. Your transformations, you can transform in a minute. If you're catching your red flags, you can turn them into green. That is your job. That is your this power. Okay. And today, maybe you're gonna be squeezed a lot. And speaking about today, today is gonna be the May the 4th. So all of you Star Wars fans, may the 4th be with you. May the force be with you. May the love be with you. And talking about this in there, the shadow that is within us, we have the deepest fears, but also we have the deepest desires. And this thing is gotta comes out on the surface. So you gotta overcome your shadows. You gotta get off of your comfort zone and go ahead and do the inner work. But when you do the inner work, you have to be feel comfortable of you evolving. Okay, when you put the comfort in the inner work and the satisfactions that comes in, here it comes in that unifications of a comfort in inner work, because you evolve. How do you feel that? Okay, so talking about this, I'm gonna be giving you the chart. So here is the chart, guys. In there, you see it. This is gonna be at 7 o'clock in the morning, as you see it right in here on the top. The moon is going to be right in here. for it. As you see it, she's breakaway from Saturn. She is directly opposing Lilith. In there, we are talking about 21 degrees moon facing 23 degrees Lilith. There, this energy is gonna comes in. It's gonna be kind of like a look at what it's in your shadow. Whatever is in your shadow, it's gonna be reflecting to Jupiter and Uranus. Then it's gonna go back to the moon and the Saturn. And this energy has been waiting for really to be worked out. All right, as the day goes by, the divine is getting involved, of course, as the midheaven it's here at Aquarius, talking about this divine purpose. Everything is for the divine purpose. Everything is for you to evolve in there. Divine, it's part of everything. If you think that it's excluded, then you're fooling yourself in there. And the ascendant that is on a Cancer is directly with Pluto. Why? So we can fix the things that is in the family, but the family, it is the whole planet. Okay, this is our home. Okay, we have to stop being separated by religions, by thoughts, by so on and so on, and dogmatics. We need to be unified. We need to be unified, but in a proper way of respecting our differences. And that is going to come in and clicks in with some of you, because you have to learn to respect the differences, the choices, but also you to understanding the evolutions is in there. And some people will have challenges, because people always is like, no, it's always been that way in our culture. It's always been that way in the religion. It's always been a that way. Well, it's always been a that way, stays that way, never has been involved. And those things have always been that way. Sometimes they do more harm than they do anything. And as the midheaven, it's in Aquarius, it comes in, it's like, okay, but there's nothing is improving in this world. If we're not making improvements, we're still gonna be in the caves. Not here doing with the touch screens and have cell phones, and you guys know what I'm talking about. All right, talking about this family things is gonna triggers. There is gonna be coming up for it deep emotions. Some of you may be gonna be digging deep emotions within a family. Why is this? Why is that? And so on. But if you do the things right, you work with those energies, as the sun is also moving more towards Jupiter. Just so you guys know, there's gonna be a lot of focus in the material world. And we're talking about Venus that is in Taurus. We're talking about Sun is in Taurus. Uranus is there, so is Jupiter. We're talking about love. We are talking about authority. We are talking about the biggest improvement and involvement that it needs to be there. Involvement with this, and also the personal growth. So, as in about 3 days, the moon is going to be there. And that is going to be you finding out what was this all about, of these Piscean energies that you've done it there. What is that deep subconsciousness patterns that it's coming? And if you're feeling heavy energies, they are, because those are the things that have been holding for generations is in there. And the Neptune is going to be taking you deep. So if you are like a Mr. Dio who is in deep in the tanks, in there, just guys, so you know, some of the energy supplies to me too. For it, you looking at for what you have done before and what it done, it's going to be doing now. Okay, the power of now, it's incredible. Okay, because if you talk about what are you going to be doing, what is this? Is this is going to be a repeat of my future? You preset yourself as a failure. But when you sit down with your own crap, with your kakapupu things, shit, right? You sit down with there. That's the only way you can find out what is that coming into your life. And then when you understand it, what it's coming in, the reason that it's coming in your life, then you're gonna be able you to fix this. And you're gonna see some visions of how to remove this. Then when the moon is gonna be moving about 10 o'clock at night, you're gonna be taking some actions. Be mindful about your actions, because if your actions are based of the past experience, you're repeating the cycle. But if you transform, you changed, your action is going to be totally different, evolved personality, and hopefully that is you. All right, talking about 10 o'clock energies, this angel wings, the same repetitions from yesterday with a little bit of different flavor there. I'm going to talk about this little different flavor because the midheaven, it says like, wait until the moon reaches Neptune. You may gonna see a fox, you may gonna see no clear vision. Yeah, the moon and Pisces never have a clear vision because it's like all mixed of everything and you don't know what is the next, right? Because this is the end. You've done what you have done. You can go back and redo the whole thing. And now you're like, oh my God, what a kind of mess. You see within the mess. And since Neptune is at 29 degrees of Pisces in there, he's gonna be ready to get retrograde. In there, the moon is gonna go through it and it's gonna be like, yeah. And with Pluto has been retrograde already. Now we are going back in review. Nobody wants to go back, right? Do you like when you go back in a few years back and the wrong things that you did and you see them within you? How do you feel? Well, that's your own crap, right? How do you feel when you go back in your childhood and there to see things that you learn from it, right? How do you go back in years before that? You see the parents in there. And that is the one thing I've learned. But, you know, when I work with clients, it's different. But when you want to work on me, oh boy, that's a little bit rough. But you know what? That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for, to change these old patterns that has been doing a damage and that has been doing things so we can create new. We can change. Okay? We can change. But we have to see what to change. And to see what to change, you have to experience it. Not just reading, not just seeing it from the movies, not just getting in there and knowing things. You have to personally go through you. And this is going to come in today. It's going to be probably a little harder for you, but let me tell you that the reward is going to be there. The bigger the problem, the bigger the miracle. Remember that. Okay? So all that it has to do in the next hour, you're going to find out that you're doing this for your future. You're focused within that future within you. The midheaven, there is with the North Node, it's going to remind you. You are doing this for yourself first before you're doing for others. Because before you were doing things for others, to please others, to be show off to others, to live the life for others. Where were you in that picture? It's others, because you give your powers to others. Now you take your power back from within you. It's like, you know, I don't care about what others says. I'm not worried about what the others will think. And I'm not living my life in that way to please others. But I can give them and empower them to change, because together we can change the world. That is different perspective now. And that is some of you is going to be finding this power in that time. All right, talking about the next hour, which is going to be at noon. Midheaven is going to be between Aries and Taurus. That is going to be about this I want these things, I need these things, I have to get these things in the material world, you know, right in that edge. But squaring Pluto is going to be like, okay, you wanted to get it and so on, and what happened? You had a personal satisfactions for a little bit, and somebody got something better than you, and guess what? You're trying to compete. We're talking about competing with Jones's paradigm there. And Pluto is like, no, I set you here, you to be different. You don't like it, you don't, it is what it is. I set you to be different. You need to look different. You're here to re-involve this in there. And Pluto's going to send you back. And as I said, some of you is not going to like that back. I don't like it, but it is what it is. You have to deal with it. All right, 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock is the time when at the midheaven, the inner work, it's connecting with the sun. And as the sun is going to be moving a little bit more, that sextile with Saturn in there is about you to see the messages, you to put that authority in there from the divine. Some of you is going to be like Mr. Dio, refrain from actions, but just seeing the things that you need to do. Okay? You can't just talk the words, you have to do the words. And this is what the Taurus does. You know, it takes a long time to make Taurus angry. Well, once it does, that's it. You got it. Okay? Usually the Taurus is like, hey, don't bother me. I'm eating my grass. I'm enjoying myself. I'm good. Okay. Don't bother me. Don't bother me. Don't want to fight with me. I don't this. And this is why Taurus have this stubbornness that once they scratch you off the list, they can tell you hi, but for them, you do not exist. There is a one energy as of this that Taurus does. It's the same thing. You screw up something in the material life, some other people, they don't want to work with you. And this is a one of the challenges that some of you is going to be seeing it in there. It's going to be working at within that. Your limitations is in there. But with that being said, at that point for it, the ascendant that is that Leo is going to be coming in and shows up this energies of that growth, of what it needs to be growing. All right, talking about the next hour, which is going to be at 2 o'clock in afternoon right now. Beautiful time for getting this air, these vibes, to feeling these vibes in the air. You're waiting for these visions. You're waiting for what you need to be. Since the moon and Neptune begins to be very close in there, uh, the vision's gonna begin to comes in at the end. You finally seeing the end of what you need to do, exactly what you have to get in, so on. Because tomorrow, as you wake up, we're gonna talk about more about this tomorrow. When you wake up, the moon is gonna be already ignited Mars, and you are going to be taking actions. What kind of actions you gonna get? On the base of your old experience, or on the base of your transformation? And this is going to be showing off your progress, as the moon is going to be challenging you, because the moon is going to be meet the north node, Mercury, Chiron, and then the moon is going to be meet Venus. And when they're all going to be piled up, those are 5 planets in Taurus. Well, if you're Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius, oh boy, you're going to feel it. Or if you have any of this 4 zodiac signs in there in the past 2 years, we talk about those, and now it's coming to this conclusion, isn't it there? But that energy is going to repeat next year. So if you don't learn the lesson, if you take the old energies back, you're going to be repeating the cycle there. And some people like, deal, what is it going on? Well, here, I want to show you that this is going to be the next year this time. Okay? The sun is going to be exactly what is at, and the Pluto is going to be exactly what is at. And as you see it right in here, we are going to have Venus, Neptune, Saturn, and the North Node here at Pisces for it. So seeing at this, Uranus is still going to be here at Taurus. So things that needs to be done, and as you see it, Chiron and Mercury are right in here. Okay? Things that are unhealed, they're gonna be healed one way or another, and so on. Okay, so to go back into the energies right now. Okay, so here, as we're talking about 3 o'clock energies, the midheaven goes into Gemini. That is gonna be getting this energy between Virgo, Pisces, Sag, and Gemini in there. Looking at, is that the true, is that is that the right choice, is not the right choice? A lot of undecisiveness, a lot of things, a lot of duality. But the North Node is going to be asking you, you need to make decision, you need to make choice. And you're like, what kind of choice? I don't know what kind of choice to make. And there, and Mercury is like, I get you the choices. I show you what you need to do. I'm not to this point Z yet. I show you what you need to do. Way there. because you need to go in there and see the things that you need to do. Wait a minute, I have surprise for you. So if you were paying attention to the patterns where the Mercury retrograde was there, the Mercury is going to tell you a lot of divine energies, as you see it from here, going towards the ascendant at Virgo for it. But pain of this synchronization energies in there is going to tell you where you need to fly. Okay. Hi, Christine. And the divine energies here says there was a divine purpose of all this. There's always been. All right. So conflict, right? You see this red triangle in there. And that is going to be these energies of this duality that you're under pressure to make choices. And you feel like whatever choice you're going to make, it's going to be wrong. What about if you unified the both answers within you and fly with this? You can transform. See the synchronizations energies, they put you on this under pressure so you can choose, but satisfying the both sides. And you're like, well, I was forced to make a choice. But choice needs to be unified. You can't stay in your comfort and trying to grow, right? So you have to choose the comfort or the growth. How about if you put them together and you evolve? Because that way you're going to create a better comfort and you're going to be satisfied with yourself. You never heard that before, right? Well, this is a Pluto in Aquarius. That is that evolution state. All right, talking about the next hour, of course, you saw that you're going to dealing with family stuff in there. This is going to be 5 o'clock, of course, family time. You go pick up a kid, you go back home. You are home. Something that you need to deal with there. It's okay, energies with Venus, you put the love in there. The ascendant that is at Libra is the divine energies with Venus. You see it is about the divine purpose, is about that balance. Okay, with this contract, with the marriage. Okay, you see that it is there, but there is some conflicts. Probably lack of communications, lack of talks could be involved. A lot of the people have problems with the throat chakra. Pay attention into those in there. When you feel like you don't want to talk about it, that is the time actually you need to talk about it. You need to feel vulnerable. This is that energy that makes you strong. So yeah, it is what it is, guys. Divine time. And this is divine time. It's gonna comes in for it. A lot of energies that are pointing out from Uranus and the same time from Saturn. We talk about those energies. Okay, the ending of one thing and developing in the earth will lead to the balance of everything that exists. And this is gonna be totally oppositions of what is not balanced. So don't be afraid to go in there and see what is not balanced, because that's the only way you can understand how to make a counterbalance. Do you know what is a counterbalance is, guys? Let me put in this in perspective for you. You all have a laundromat, okay? And the laundromat, the big tumble that you put your clothes in there, right on the top there is this heavy cement blocks inside of it. Okay, so when this starts beginning to spin, this is counterbalancing. That's how it's able to help with the vibrations in there. Okay, and if you have an old laundromat and you throw it away, I'm suggesting you to take it off the covers and take a look at it in there. Christine from Latvia, thank you. Today I met my twin and divine catching from the clouds. Nice, nice to see you again, and hopefully everything is okay with you and your journey, Christine. Glad to see you here. So 7 o'clock. We're talking about 7 o'clock p.m. You're at home, right? You see things there. Pay attention to the midheaven at Leo for it. That is gonna be that nobody loves me. That authority of not love, and so on and so on. And the ascendant goes into a Scorpio, which is gonna be squaring Pluto. Well, it's squaring Pluto because lack of transformations, lack of changes. You're not changed, you're not. Since Venus doesn't have any other particular aspects right now, it feels like I'm alone. I'm alone within the material world. I'm nobody loves me. There is no love, and so on and so on. Some of you are gonna feel this energy, especially if you have anything to do with Taurus in there. Pay attention to where is your Taurus is in your chart for it. If it's in the first house, this is what you always see it. And if you have Venus there, it's in there, and currently Venus is there, you're probably feeling those energies. If it is in your second house, something with your business, with the money in there that you make. If it's in the third house, that is your friends. Kind of like you getting all your social birth, right? You getting all those friends, and all of a sudden, none of your friends want to pay attention to you. Why? Because you're always seeking their attention. You're an attention seeker. And now there is none of you, none of your friends right now is giving you lessons. It's like, don't be attention seeker, but be this attention supporter in there. You have to have this equality, give and take. If that is your fourth house, something within the family. Maybe when you grow up, your family didn't give you the love that you needed to do, and so on and so on. And from there, you look at it, what you gotta do with that standpoint. So pay attention. Where is that it? Okay. All right, talking about the next hour, this Leo's energies, you are gonna be dealing with that authority within yourself, because this is gonna be squaring Jupiter and Uranus. This is like a part of the self-sabotage. We talk about these energies, but at the same time, there's the divine purposes right here. Then the visions is gonna be coming into you. The divine purpose of why is all this happening is going to begin to trigger the shoes out of you. Okay, everything from head to toe, it's going to be trigger inside of you. And the things that you need to do is understanding the purpose is healing. Okay, you're not healing right now. You're going to be healing next year, because guess what? Chiron and Mercury, they're still gonna be there. Okay? This is what we're talking about. You didn't get the messages right now, you're gonna get the messages in a year from now. So that is about to experiencing this. Pay attention to this ascendant of Scorpio, because these triggers that it's coming right now towards the authority is like the others doesn't cooperate with you. And since the others doesn't cooperate with you, you're feeling alone. And Taurus, abandonment issue, let it go of issues. You don't like it, right? Nobody does. All right, talking about the next hour, it's time to heal. It's time to get the things. It's time to put the logic. It's time to go ahead troubleshooting the things. It's time to go ahead and dig divine within ourselves in there. As the ascendant that is at that Scorpio, it is about divine energies towards Mercury and Chiron. It's going to be one of these energies that you're talking to someone and someone tells you maybe the reason is you. It's going to be a great if you are the person telling this to your own self. The reason is you. You're seeking the reason within yourself. Okay? And if you have something within Scorpio, that's going to be affected as well. All right, so pay attention to what you have at Scorpio. All right, particularly we're talking about that hard time have these people who are born with Pluto in Scorpio. because there was two types of people that were born at that times. Okay, talking about the people who were born at um, late 80s, beginning of the 90s in there. Okay, whereas the Pluto is within Scorpio. Some of the positive, some of them, it's like, yeah, you don't want to know about it. But that is what is going to trigger this kind of people, these situations is in there. I don't feel like my twin. What should I do? Christine, feel yourself, not your twin. Okay? Because I said so many times, your focus is in not your twin, but you. When you fix you, hopefully, the person who is your twin, they're gonna be working themselves. Okay, but when you focus on your twin, you're totally getting lost in the game. It's about you, your personal work within yourself. Yeah, your twin can be next to you and helping you, but you need to understand 99% of the time, the inner work that needs to be done, okay, is by you. Yeah, there is the inner work you need to do together, okay, when you are in a relationship. But before that, the 99%, as I said, it's by you. All right, talking about that 10 o'clock, as I see it, this is going to be the time when the moon is going to be crossing over of this. It's going to be intense energy, 10 o'clock for it. It's going to be breaking away from Neptune. It's going to be entering areas. You're going to feel this buzz energies like energize and so on and so on. That energy is going to come too strong. It's going to be joint. It's going to be, because we're talking about that the moon is going to be put together the energies of Mars, the energies of itself, which is, that is the intuitions, the visions. It's going to bring in it together the energies of Pluto. The Pluto is going to bring the energies of the midheaven and Lilith, and at the same time with the ascendant, the visions that it's going to come to you. But on the other side, the moon is going to be bringing in the energies from Jupiter and Uranus. So basically everything is going to be kind of like a coming to a one giant fireball that it's going to comes in. Okay, and you're going to see the visions, the shadow, and then the fire blows up. Rebirth of the phoenix, learning from the past and resurrecting from the ashes. Okay, if you guys don't know, it's actually Orthodox Easter. Rebirth of Jesus and rebirth of you and so on. But that energy is matching all those Orthodox energies in a way. So thinking about it is about this resurrections from within yourself. And we're talking about this resurrections, isn't there? Everything has to be making a balance. One of the energies of Taurus authorities we're talking about in there. These energies you are familiar with, and that energy of between the moon and the Mars is going to be beginning to intensify in there. Saturn is going to be like you did your karmic lessons, you approved that authority, but look what happened in the past. A lot of the past is going to be bringing out to the surface one way or another. It's coming into you. But to remind you this, the past, you can't just go back. You can't redo it. Okay? Just because you did the mess and so on and so on is okay. But now you have a chance of new beginning to create this and stop repeating those patterns in there. And this is why the past is going to be brought in. Just to remind you, hey, see what there was, see what the expressions was, see what the situations was, and that is going to help you right there, you to get this new fire within yourself, the fire when the intuition and the warrior knowing what to do now. Okay, because if you bring in your old patterns, you're going to be acting on the old patterns. But if you bring down transformations that you did within yourself, And you have that intuitions right now within you. Your warrior is going to come out and he's going to say, enough of the BS in life. It's time to be real. Let's fight for a better world to come. All right, guys. So that's what it was, the astrogravitational report and there. And hopefully that report helps you from within you. Yeah, Christine, 7 years, but you need to close this down. If something doesn't work, you need to understand the door is closed and you have to move on in there. And a lot of the people getting stuck within the journeys because they stay in the past. They stay in the one moment and they reliving that moment over and over and over and over again without recognizing they need to go forward. And hopefully, Christine, you understand that, and hopefully this is going to help you in your journeys. And there. All right, guys, if you have any questions, I can take a few. If not, let's share the love and the light, and I will come back tomorrow. And we're going to talk about fire, warriors, wisdom, and astrology here. All right, guys. Hey, Jolene, thank you so much. Appreciate it. And that's all I have for you guys. Be love. Okay. Whatever you do, be love. All right. You guys all welcome. Christine, Anna Marie. Glad to see you guys here. And here are some gifts for you. Beloved guys, and come back tomorrow for more astrology and wisdom.